Joe Douglas has received justified criticism since the start of free agency for his lack of urgency in addressing major holes in the Jets' offensive line and wide receiver room. Going into 2024, we knew we only had two starters in Joe Tippmann and AVT. This meant Joe Douglas would have to rebuild the entire left side of the line and find a new starting right tackle. And guess what, guys? He did it. Let's talk about it now on JetCast. After 2 full days of legal tampering, Douglas had only made one addition to the line, and that was left guard John Simpson from the Ravens. Simpson is a league average guard, but he should be an upgrade over the dismal play we saw out of Lincoln Tomlinson. Nothing against Simpson, but Jets fans are expecting someone bigger. And for the Jets to reach their potential with an Aaron Rodgers-led roster, Douglas had to make a splash. So Douglas did the unexpected and traded for a right tackle, Morgan Moses, another Baltimore Raven. Moses is a former Jet that played at a very high level while he was here, and he was one of the free agents that Douglas should have never let walk. This trade was a steal for the Jets. We got a right tackle who was playing at a top 5 level, and we only did a 4th round pick swap, and we gave them a 6th. Now, after 2 seasons with the Ravens, he is back on a newly formed Jets offensive line and has the potential to be one of the best right guard tackle duos in the league. If AVT is healthy, he has an all-pro potential at right guard. Combining his talent with a league veteran who continues to play at a top level has the potential to be a really special pairing. If there is anyone that will be excited about this new addition, it would be Breece Hall. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Breece Hall breaking off massive runs because of the blocking on the right side of this line. Then, finally, Douglas made an even bigger splash. This time, he brought in left tackle Tyron Smith. The impact of this signing cannot be overstated. This has the potential to be the most impactful signing Joe Douglas has ever made. Tyron Smith is a star caliber left tackle, and Douglas was able to bring him in here on a 1-year, team-friendly, incentive-laden deal with only $6.5 million guaranteed, up to $20 million total. This is an excellent business decision from Joe Douglas. Prior to this signing, it really seemed that the Jets would have to use a number 10 pick to take a tackle. Bringing in Tyron Smith gives the Jets the ultimate flexibility with that pick now. This signing may also give Joe Douglas the ability to bring other free agents in as depth pieces to the offensive line, such as David Bakhtiari. Bakhtiari is one of Aaron Rodgers' closest friends, and after being released by the Packers, he was immediately linked to the Jets, of course. But his injury history is a definite concern, and he can't be relied on to be the main guy in such a critical season. With the Smith signing, though, you can now bring Bakhtiari in if he's willing to take a team-friendly deal for a chance to work with Rodgers again in a backup position. With the new additions in free agency, we are now looking at a projected starting 5 from left to right with Tyron Smith, John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, AVT, and Morgan Moses. Last season, we brought in Aaron Rodgers and didn't know who the left tackle was going to be. It was either going to be Dwayne Brown or Mekhi Becton, both having serious durability concerns. The rest of the line was made up by Lincoln Tomlinson, Connor McGovern, AVT, and Max Mitchell, or again, Mekhi Becton, depending on Dwayne Brown's health. Having that group protecting Aaron Rodgers last year was absolutely neglectful. Joe Douglas is not only upgraded every single position, he has upgraded it with guys that have Pro Bowl talent. This new and improved group has the potential to be very special in 2024. Joe Douglas has finally created, at least on paper, the line that he's been talking about for 5 years now. The Jets have never had this much talent on the offensive line in his tenure. Come OTAs and training camp, we should no longer be hearing about how the defensive line is simply dominating the offensive line. I am so excited to see this group hopefully reach their full potential in 2024.